Hello and welcome to your low back SI joint pain focused prenatal yoga class. I've got my sweatshirt towel. I have a rolled up yoga mat for mine, and then my 2 blocks. So grab your stuff, get on your mat, and let's get right in. Bring your sweatshirt, whatever you've got, underneath your hips, just to raise them up slightly. Bring your hands to your ribs, scoot your thumbs as close as you can to the back of your thumbs, and begin to breathe into the back. And on your inhale, let the breath go all the way down and through the pelvic floor. You might feel some bulging on whatever you're sitting on the inhale, and it's fine if you do, it's fine if you don't. Let your gaze settle on something that isn't moving, or even close your eyes. Let the body fully arrive on your mat. With focusing on the SI joint today, which is that pelvis pain, it can be on either side of the sacrum. There's a lot of parts of the body that come into play. So today specifically, we're focusing on balancing the pelvis and hopefully finding some postures that just feel really good. Breathing into the thumbs, letting that diaphragm pull the air in a balanced manner on top of all of the colon and internal organs, pressing down on the pelvic floor, really creating balance. And then go ahead and release your hands, bring them to your neck. Let's go ahead and switch the cross of the legs. So right away, we're starting with some balance. Bring your hands to your thighs, and then we're gonna do some neck rolls. So just one ear to one shoulder, drop the chin to the chest, and then opposite ear to opposite shoulder, and then back to the front, chin to chest, just back and forth like the front half of the circle here. We want to make sure that we're always observing how we're feeling in the pelvis. So if we're always crossing our legs one way, if we're always leaning like in the car with your elbow on the window or maybe the elbow on the console when you drive, you might be creating these habitual imbalances in the pelvis. And that's something we want to be aware of so that we can bring the pelvis back into balance. Okay, go ahead and release the neck roll and bring your hands to your abdominals. We're going to do some core breathing. So big 360 breath. You can bring your hands to your ribs if you want. Inhale all the way down, relaxing the pelvic floor. And then as you exhale, continue to exhale. Feel your belly engage as you exhale. And when you get to the bottom, start to lock in the abdominals. Big 360 breath in. And exhale. This time engage the pelvic floor as you exhale. Start lifting up through the vagina, gathering all 4 corners of the bottom of the pelvis. And then lock in. And this time holding both, take small breaths. Take another big inhale. Let it go all the way down through the floor. And then exhale, gathering the pelvic floor. Breathing out, engaging the abdominals, zipping it up. Locking in and breathing, holding it. And continue to breathe, go at your own pace. Inhale, let it all release and open. And then exhale, begin to lift and gather. So if you have an overly tight pelvic floor, that's going to pull on the sacrum, which can pull it out of alignment and cause that SI joint pain. So if you think you have an overly tight pelvic floor, which we get into in other videos, then you will want to focus more on just like tiny engagements, just like 5% engagements. And on the reverse side, an underutilized pelvic floor can lead to overcompensating in other things that can pull the sacrum out of alignment or just leaving it too loose. And so we want to focus on strengthening those muscles. So that would be a 75 to 90%. We never really want to be doing a full engagement. And also often doing the core in pregnancy, the TVA in the core, that all leads to the glutes overcompensating because these muscles are weakening. So we want to keep the core strong, and this deep core work and pelvic floor work combination is fantastic for allowing the other muscles to no longer compensate, because sometimes compensation leads to pain. It's totally common. Okay, go ahead and release your hands. Continue to breathe. Bring your right hand out to the right side. Bring your left arm up and over. big side stretch. And then we're gonna do some cactus bends. So bring that left elbow down towards the rib cage, and then exhale, almost like a slight diagonal, slight twist up and over. And then inhale back, exhale round. One more, inhale cactus, exhale up and over. And then switch sides, plant the left hand, right arm up and over, big side stretch, making space through the ribs. And inhale, cactus that arm, slight twist back. Exhale, round forward. Keep the belly facing forward the whole time. Inhale, cactus. Exhale. Here we're really trying to get into some of those lower back muscles, which can be really hard to reach and stretch in pregnancy, but as those especially get tight, they connect into the sacrum and the pelvis too, and they can pull things out of alignment. And then go ahead and release your side bend, bring your hands behind you, plant your feet. We're going into windshield wipers. Once you get there, you can start to knock your feet side to side, really noticing the internal rotation. Noticing if anything does cause any tension, and maybe slowing down. Go at your own pace. If there's ever anything that's sticky, slow down, breathe through it. And then let's come down to lying on our side. So let's start on the left side. I'll be starting on my left side. And we're gonna do an inner thigh strengthener. So left side lying, go ahead and rest your head in your hand, and then extend your left leg out long, your bottom leg. Right leg, top leg comes up and over, plants it down. Breathe in here. Let's do that engagement. Big inhale, 360, and then exhale, engage. Gently, 5 or 75%, and then we're gonna lift through that bottom leg. You can count to 10 if you like to count. The inner thighs often get so much weaker than the outer thighs, just in everyday life. But those are a huge part of balancing the pelvis. We want to make sure that everything is equally strong and flexible. And then let's go ahead and switch sides. Coming to the right side. And once you get there, you can go ahead and get going at your own pace, counting all the way up to 10. This is something that would be fantastic to do if you know that you have weak inner thighs, or if this is sore tomorrow. This is something that in workouts is often like 3 sets of 10. Could be done a couple times a week if it helps, if you notice positive results. Okay, go ahead and just roll straight to your back. Grab a block and place it in between your thighs. Plant your feet. We're moving into a bridge, another inner thigh strengthener, and this time with some other stuff. So big 360 breath in, and then exhale. Gently engage the pelvic floor and the core. Big inhale, 360 breath. This time on the exhale, start to lift the hips. So press the feet into the mat. Exhale, engaging the core, pelvic floor, lifting the hips. Squeeze the block. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Engaging everything. Inhale, lower. Go ahead and come at your own pace. So we're back to the pelvic floor work. So remembering, if you think that you're on the more tight side, going for a little bit more gentle engagement, 5%. And if you think that you could benefit from some strengthening, then 75%. And I'll always recommend just going and getting an individualized pelvic floor therapist opinion. Continuing to lift. This is another one that doing up to 10 can be so beneficial, because we also don't want to over strengthen things. Okay, go ahead and roll to one of your sides to come all the way back up. We're going to move into cat-cow. So go ahead and plant your hands under your shoulders, knees under your hips, and start to drop through the upper body. Squeeze the shoulder blades together, gaze to the ceiling. Exhale, round through the spine, tuck the toes, chin to chest, gaze to the knees. And then go at your own pace, just the upper body arches, inhaling, and exhaling, rounding. Here we really want to mobilize through the sacrum, through the whole pelvis. class is going to have a balance of stretching and strengthening everything, because for your body, we're not really sure. There's not a one size fits all. Everybody needs strengthening to solve back pain. If that were the case, there would be no back pain. So we're just finding what works for you. Okay, go ahead and bring your block underneath one of your knees. So I'm placing it under my left knee, and then plant your hands under, press into the mat, and then on the exhale, we're gonna lift the opposite knee. So inhale, prepare. Exhale, engage the pelvic floor and the core, and then lift the knee up to parallel. Inhale, lower. Exhale, engage, and lift. Inhale, lower. Go ahead and go at your own pace. So this is targeting a lot of stuff, but it's mainly strengthening those QL muscles. So in pregnancy, with the body naturally curving more at the low spine, those QL, those low back muscles can get really, really tight, but also really, really weak. So we've done a little bit of stretching, and we also want to make sure that they're not too weak. And so we're doing strengthening. Go ahead and switch sides. This would be another one that maybe 10 on each side if you wanted to do this. Go ahead and exhale, engage. Doing this at your own pace. And go ahead and release. This time we're going to just stick the block in between the thighs, preparing for downward facing dog. You can go as soon as you're ready. Hands shift one hand's distance forward, tuck the toes, lift the hips up and back into downward facing dog. High on the toes, deep bend through the knees, and press the mat away from you. Press your upper body towards the mat, lengthening through the spine. We're going for spinal traction more than hamstring stretching here. Breathe into it. Come back to the labor coping techniques. If this feels overwhelming, if this is putting your body in something uncomfortable, how do you handle that? Breathe through it. Breath work, self-talk, visualization. What helps you through it? And go ahead and come back down to all fours. Grab your blocks. Both of them underneath the hands are going to be extensions of your hands. Right leg steps forward, left leg steps back. Go ahead and shift the blocks forward. Come body weight to the right leg. Come all the way up to standing. Adjust the feet wide enough for baby. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, bend the knees, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, bend the knees, fold forward. Go ahead and bring one block all the way down to the lowest setting, and then bring the other block just up in front of you. This is going to be our body weight support. Bring one foot, doesn't matter which, we'll do both, up on top of the block, and let the heel come down towards the ground. We're looking for a calf stretch here. If you can't get your heel down without feeling that calf stretch, then stay there. If you can, go ahead and try to straighten the legs, or maybe bending that leg gets more into it. Just play around with sensation. And if you still really need more, then shift your body weight towards your hands, towards that other block, and breathe. Again, back to those labor coping tools. Maybe it's low vocal sounds. Maybe it's counter pressure. What works for you, and come back to it. There's a connection between the calves and the pelvic floor. So once again, we want to make sure that we're doing everything that we can. If you've got tight calves, you might have tight pelvic floor. Go ahead and remove that foot, give it a good shake, and switch sides. Left foot, or just opposite foot. Stepping onto the block, heel drapes down. And then find your version of stretching. Leaning forward, straightening the leg, breathing into it. Maybe lifting the toes, flexing through that foot. Breathe into it. and step off. Give it another shake. Grab your block, plant them underneath your shoulders. Right leg steps forward, left leg comes all the way down to the knees. Shift the blocks back, extend the right foot forward, big flex through the foot. Breathe into the hamstring for a second, and then cross over to the left side. Big flex. Drop the pinky side down. Breathe into it. Here we're releasing through the piriformis, which is a deep glute muscle, can often get really, really tight. That one pulls on the sacrum, so it can pull it out of alignment. Option, if you feel like it would be helpful if you feel like you do have some more of the upper back pain, really slowly, gently tuck the chin to the chest. And then kind of play around with the upper body, maybe lowering the blocks if that feels safe to you, going down to a medium setting. And you might feel that stretch creep up into the back. And then bring that foot up underneath you. Come back to the highest block if you're not there. Step up on that left leg and shift the blocks over to the left side. Toes in, heels out, internal rotation. Start to walk your blocks away from your mat, and then allow your upper body to come down. Body weight shifts back over your heels, and then pretend like someone you love and trust is pulling against your hip, and then you're pulling against them on your blocks, tractioning through the spine, stretching through those internal rotators. You might feel the stretch go all the way down and into your calves. Come back to your labor coping tools. How do you handle discomfort? How do you handle sensation? Practicing for labor. Let the sensation remind you to relax and not tense against it, and what tools help you do that. This is so good for the lower back. We're getting a little bit of lengthening and traction through those QL muscles with active pulling against each other, and we're also widening through the sacrum, which can create release from that pressure and that joint tension. And go ahead and back up your blocks underneath your shoulders. Walk them over to the right side. Go ahead and drop down through that bottom leg, and let's come to tabletop position, thread the needle. So body weight, hands under shoulders, knees under hips, body weight to that left arm, keeping belly facing down, right arm lifts up. Exhale, weave that arm underneath, and you might just come down to the elbow and just breathe here. Keeping belly facing down, come down as low as you want. Might come all the way down to the shoulder and the ear. And breathe here, really stretching through the back. Keeping baby facing down, so it's more of an upper body stretch. And press back into that left hand, replace it with the right. Left arm reaches up. Exhale, thread through that needle. Going as low as feels safe for you. Baby stays facing down. And breathe. Anything inverted like this, downward facing dog, any of those forward folds can pull off the pressure from the low back and the pelvic floor and can feel so good. And come back up to all fours. We're gonna do the left side. Grab your blocks, left leg steps forward, and this time we're just gonna go all the way straight into straightening that leg. So extend the foot forward, big flex, hamstring stretch, and then pull the left heel over to the right side, big flex through the foot, and then drop the pinky side down. And breathe into it. You might choose to come back to tucking the chin and looking for that low back, moving the stretch a little bit more upwards. See how that feels. See if that changes anything for you. And go ahead and plant that foot Actually, just bring it all the way back down. We're just put one block up and out of the way. We're going to come back into downward facing dog. So place the block in between your legs. Hands shift one hand's distance forward. Tuck the toes. Lift the hips up and back into downward facing dog. High on the toes, deep bend through the knees. Extend through the spine. Bringing any angles out of your shoulders. We're going for 180 degrees there. No bending, as much as we can. And breathe. Bringing that load up and out of the pelvis, squeezing the block, strengthening the inner thighs. Even the way you walk and stand, if your body weight's on the outer side of your feet, then you might have some ripple effects that come all the way up into your pelvis. So correcting that with squeezing the block, noticing the body weight come into the toes, more on that inside. And come back down to all fours. Go ahead and come all the way down to your booty. We are going to close. We're going to do a restorative and then a savasana. So bring your feet out in front of you. And you can bring one foot up and over through the left. Bring your right foot up and over, big flex through the foot on top of the left knee. And from here, you can just stay here. If you already feel the stretch, you can maybe lean into it a little bit more. If you don't feel anything yet, or if you want more sensation, pull that knee up and closer towards you and press your hands into the mat. Lift up and out of your chest, figure four. If you still don't feel enough sensation, walk your foot heel toe over to the other side. So your left foot's coming to the right side. And then begin to stack your shins. We're coming into fire log pose. If your shins do not stack, then grab one of your blocks and place it underneath the left knee or the weight-bearing knee. And from there, breathe into it. Come back to your labor techniques. This is a strong sensation. You can find a way to make it restorative by using the blocks and resting your elbows on them. If you have enough props, you can stack and then create something to rest your head on. Really breathing into noticing how you respond to discomfort, to sensation. This is how you will respond to labor contractions if you find them uncomfortable. And begin to practice letting yourself relax, soften, opening, dilating. And go ahead and come back up and extend both of your feet forward. Give them a little shake. And then switch sides. Big flex through both feet. Left leg comes up and over the right knee. Stay here if this feels good. Go ahead and place your hands behind you. Lift through that right knee. Lift up and out of the chest. Breathe in figure four. Option to continue. Heel toe the right foot over to the left side. Begin to stack through the shins, grabbing any blocks that you need, whether that's underneath your knees or if you can lean forward, place your elbows on the blocks, stack them, put them up underneath your forehead. Let yourself fully surrender to the pose. go ahead and come back up, extend your feet forward, give them a little shake. And then we're gonna end in Supta Baddha. If that does not sound good to you, and you can always do a left side lying. If you're later in pregnancy, that might be a lot of pressure and load. So a left side lying Savasana is always an option. So supported Supta Baddha, bring your one block to the lowest setting, one block to the highest setting in an L shape. And then if you have a bolster or a pillow or your sweatshirt, I actually don't know if we have in this L shape right here, and then grab your bolster. We didn't think we'd need it today. Always pulling it out right at the end. Go ahead and boost, scoot yourself, your low back up and against your bolster. Bring your feet just out in front of you, stabilizing yourself, and then start to walk your hands, not your abdominals, your hands, to support yourself to laying back on your bolster. And then make any adjustments you need to the low back. Plant your feet comfortably wide and then knock your knees together. So here we're creating space. We're widening the back of the pelvis by creating internal rotation. That is going to release and stretch out some of the sacrum and all those muscles connecting in there. You can let your hands fall down, palms face open. And let yourself be held by your props, by the mat, by the earth beneath you. Let yourself find stillness. And if you'd like to stay here, you can stay for as long as you'd like. If you're ready to close your practice, go ahead and using your hands to support you, roll to your left side. Press yourself up into a seated position. We'll close class with a namaste. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. I hope that this helps your low back, and I hope that your pregnancy is going perfectly. Have a great day.